Hi guys, my name's Bernie. I want to talk about step four, the principle of virtue behind that particular step. Um, and the virtue is courage. Um, I just want to remind you I don't speak for AA or any other fellowship, and I certainly am not an expert on this. But it's just to give newcomers or people a different view of how the steps look. And like I say, courage is important in this particular step. We talked about faith in step three, the principle or the virtue behind that particular step. A little bit of faith gives us courage to actually move and have a look at this particular step. You know, we're going to go down to causes and conditions, have a little look and see what's going on down there. And these steps really, especially 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, are going to get us to have a look on the inside of ourselves and see how we look at things and how we dealt with things solely as a human being. And normally we carve out our lives and we play the actor, and this is who we want to perceive the world, want us to perceive as we are. And sometimes really it's just not you. They often say ego is an imposter pretending to be you. It's just not really you. So we have to sit down, have the courage to go back in the past, not so much forward in this particular step, but we're going to go deep down into the psyche and look at the past history from a very early age and look at our behaviors, you know, our grosser handicaps, our weaknesses, and even our strengths somewhere along the line. Because we spend a lot of time in resentment, and this step is so important to have a sponsor, because the sponsor can see in 3 dimension. Unfortunately, as we come in the rooms at a very early stage, we look in that 2 dimension and we can't see anything beyond our own thinking. So a sponsor will sit down and say, well, come on, let's look at this from a different angle. Maybe this isn't really true. Maybe this, what part did you play in it? You know, the usual story we hear. So we get to have a different perspective of how our lives were, you know. So a lot of fear comes into this particular step for a lot of people, you know. And sometimes anger is there. And often we say anger is fear turned inside out. And the antidote for fear, uh, you know, is courage and love and faith. So we need to really have a little bit of faith here, and really look at ourselves deeply, and then discuss it later on with another human being. The courage, like it says in the serenity prayer, is God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change and courage to change the things I can. But if you notice, it says God grant me the serenity. So I need a little bit of peace, a little bit of humility before I can accept things for what they really are. And that's why without that peace in the mind, we're going to find it difficult to accept things. So, and after that, of course, once we can accept things, then our courage changes. We have the courage to change. And it is a program of change. It's as simple as that. They often say, move a muscle, change a thought. Change a thought, save your life. So really, this is an incredible virtue. And the focus is on this particular step, is courage. And all men and all women have courage. It's just a question of putting it into action. Bear in mind that this program is not an academical program. Otherwise, we'd never get anywhere. It's a spiritual program. And all the greatest spiritual teachers in the world will say exactly the same thing when it comes down to it. Do it, do it, do it. And it's a program of action which I can sum up in 3 words: just let go. And that's all you have to do, is just let go. Do what it says on the back of the tin, and you're going to be okay. So I hope that makes a little bit of sense. We'll only keep it simple. It's just a question of pen to paper and a little bit of time, a little bit of effort, and certainly a lot of courage to go back into the past and unblock those things that was blocking us off from reality, I guess, really, or our perception of reality, because this is a disease of perception. And reality doesn't change, it's just our perception of reality changes. And that's the nature of the illness, unfortunately. So keep it simple. Catch you again in step 5, which the virtue of that particular step is going to be integrity. So look forward to seeing you in the next video. So have a nice day, guys. Bye.